All right, again, once again, Happy New Year and compliment of the season to you. I hope you're actually doing wonderfully well out there, and I hope you're actually doing great in this particular world that we're in. In the fast-moving world, there is something that is very, very important for us to be able to talk about. And again, I remain your host, your mentor, your mind surgeon, and my name is Dr. Julius Aroba, and some people call me Wealth Coach, aka Wealth Coach, and some say Mind Surgeon. Right, I just want to drop this quickly in this masterclass for this episode about the 4 underlying factors of wealth mentality. So, as we all know in this time and age, that is a fast-moving paced world, there is need for us to know some of the building blocks of wealth mentality. And that is why I'm talking about the 4 underlying factors of wealth mentality. One of my mentors did say that if you actually get into a varsity, by the time you are graduating, you no longer go by your name. They call you either engineer, they call you by doctor, they call you by a pastor, they call you by a medical doctor or a lawyer or what. At the end of the day, it shows that you are what I call 4 major concepts of you able to graduate from that place. At the end of the day, you become whatever you study. And this is why it's very important for us to be able to know that the first, if you want to talk about wealth building mentality, there are 4 major keys that we've got to talk about. Wealth building mentality helps us to be able to build, taking action habitually, which means it helps us with all the synopsis of wealth, which is all about when you have a mentality of wealth, everything you see will have to go, because for every money that comes into you, there is always a future, a present, and a past in that money. And for every money that comes into your hand or into your business, there is what I call a seed in it. And you can't eat every seed. And this is why it's very important for you to know about the major foundations and precedents of wealth, which is what I call savings, investment, assets. You should have habits of saving, habit of investing. And also, investment should not be something that you struggle to do when you have habitual habit of enabling yourself to become wealthy. And number 2, when you have a wealth building mentality, you'll be able to have what I call self-sabotage and also wasteful lifestyle. So many people are still self-sabotaging themselves. Because when you have a wealth building mentality, you will not be putting yourself in buying latest gadgets, wasting your money on things that's not going to be bringing out money for you, which is going to be something that's going to take away money from you. And you need to now see how you want to be asking questions when it is time for you to do things. Is this thing going to be value to me, or is it going to be just for me to show off? There is time for everything. It is not that time when you want to be self-sabotaging your lifestyle. And you don't want to be living in a place where you know you cannot afford about 30% of your income that comes into your hand. And imagine having about 10 sneakers that are very expensive. Maybe you buy that shoe or those bags that you have there for a couple of hundreds or thousands of local currency in your country. And then after that, you find out that money you use in buying those sneakers or those bags or those hair or those lashes can actually help you to be able to do something well. Imagine you're having a 3-piece suit and you don't have 3-piece investment. You're having a major sneakers, and at the end of the day, you're not able to put a point to what you've been able to. That is what I call self-sabotage. Because you self-sabotage yourself into what I call wealth mentality. And the third one is for you to have a wealth mentality, you will always prevent yourself from being victim of change. And change always comes when you are not prepared. Some people, changes come when things are not actually going well for them. And before you know it, they lose in a particular deal they're meant to go for. And the last one I want to talk about today is about when you have wealth mentality, you'll be able to have multitude of consumer-driven propositions. It is not everything that is raining that you want to go for. A lot of people have actually been able to put themselves in going for the latest trend of fashion, latest trend of cars. If you look at the world richest guys, they don't go with latest trends. The last time I checked, if you look at Warren Buffett, he still lives in the house that he's been living for the past more than 30, 40 years ago. When you look at Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, they are people that live a modest life. They are not people that show up and down to say, I want to pepper them. On this note, I hope you've actually been able to see that it's very good for you to have what I call the determinant of wealth mentality, so that you don't have these four underlying factors of you becoming poor in terms of your mentality that has to do with wealth. But before I go today, I want to tell you that we're actually running a promo for our book, which is Wealth Beyond a Lifetime. If you've not got it, make sure you order for it. And also the Wealth Code. These books can actually be ordered from www.juliusaroba.com/shop.html, or you go to www.juliusaroba.com. You can go to the shop area corner on the website and you can order for these books, or you go to selar.com, selar.com, and you can order for the books. They're actually on promo at the moment. Make sure you grab your copy because we only have limited editions and limited printouts that we have in terms of this. And I hope you actually continue in this new year to become more better and become the best in whatever you do, because your wealth is in you and wealth is in your heart and in your skills. I'll see you again. Goodbye. God bless.